What up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the ACS universe. I know it's not Friday. That's when I usually go live. Probably would have went live yesterday, even though it was New Year's Eve, but Georgia was playing at 8, so I was like, yeah. I would have been mad distracted trying to stream and watch the game at the same time. But anyway, Happy New Year to everyone who is here watching. I appreciate you guys spending some of your Saturday evening watching the show and chilling out with us for a bit. Got a fire panel lined up. We got some topics, right? Some hot takes. We're going to be putting out about a certain tweet that came out today. Talk some Rebel Moon concept art, Book of Boba Fett, Matrix Resurrections, things of that nature. And this is my first stream of the new year, so I appreciate you guys being here and just hanging out. Without further ado, I will bring in the panel for tonight. We got Joy. What's good, man?
What's going on?
Neil in the house. What up? Dawson, what's good, man?
What's up?
And Ryan's up in here with Matt.
What's up? What up? Let's
man?
go. This is fire.
Should old acquaintance be forgot?
The fact that Ryan came in and was like the loudest of the bunch is so on brand. Like,
let's go. Let's see them fire emojis, yo.
Yeah.
he might be the oldest, but he's the most energetic.
I need to hurry up and get this broadcast over with so I can go to bed.
He wants to go Gundam style.
Gundam style.
It's like he thinks we're forcing him to be here.
Yeah.
Well,
Like back in my day, we didn't stream so late in the afternoon.
So happy New Year, everyone out there. Happy New Year to you guys. Hope you guys enjoy the year. Hope it's we'll talk about it later in the stream. Also, I forgot to mention, I'm gonna ask everybody's like your moments of last year, best moments, that your favorite things. As far as the stuff we talk about, what hit you hard. We'll talk about that as well. And yeah, man. So glad you guys were able to join us. And
Well, that makes one of us.
huh? That makes oh shit.
and in other news,
Yeah, Neil in
my
the house.
tiny nipples went to France.
Happy New Year. Yes. Yeah. What up, Valkyrie? What's good, man? Hey, New Year's all right for me. It's going all right so far. One day in. Last night was fire for sure.
Troll.
Cheers, baby.
Happy New Year, y'all. Hey, what's good,
What's
Ray?
up, Raya?
Gavin, what up, homies? Happy New Year.
Gavin.
Hey, man.
The
First
lurker.
fiddle was good, homie.
What's
Was
your
good.
first fiddle? All right.
Was
It's a
popping,
party
fella.
now. Katsuka's here.
So yeah, man, we had a year. We'll talk about that towards the end of the show. But one thing I wanted to get to first off, and we just talked about this on Ryan's show just about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. There's a certain tweet that came out today. I heard Joey's thoughts on it, but we'll put it out there online. I don't know. Neil, did you see Grant Greenlaw's tweet
About what's going on with the Batman stuff and Snyderverse? And all
Yes,
that I did. I don't have Twitter,
Can
but
you
I
be more
still did see it.
specific?
Here, let me
He starts reading it.
I'm like, wait, hold on, wait.
There's so many of them.
You read about how just take it with a grain of salt.
I did see her tweet and how she
basically
said
that's what it is.
all
That's
that,
what's
but it's like,
that's
okay.
basically what it
No,
is.
the
So,
one where she said the Snyder Cut's in trouble or whatever.
another classic from Grace. But yeah, so here it is. Grace tweeted out 7 hours ago. It says, as I've told you with an update, The Flash, Batfleck's final appearance, old footage of Cavill used on TV, new Justice League form, Supergirl's new Superman. Get the fuck out of here. All right, Keaton working with Black Canary, picks Batgirl as new Batman. This is new DC. Let's be open-minded and give it a fair shot. She also went into some more afterwards.
She said fair shake.
Same thing. Is it the Keaton, Black Canary, Batgirl stuff obviously happens in her movie, to clarify. Okay. It's obviously no fun to cover all these upcoming DC movies from a hateful perspective. It's just too draining. So yeah, to give you my perspective, I'm going to try my best to soldier on. First off, relax.
She's taking one for the team. And
I mean, these are really trying times in the entertainment world.
Yeah.
Now let's pull
How
up
does one
Dawson's
go on?
response
Yeah.
to Grace Randolph.
Where's it at?
He posted that on Instagram. Let's go.
I did see it on Instagram. But everybody, real quick, I don't want to interrupt, but
Go ahead.
y'all
Too late.
seen
You already
Hancock, right?
Huh?
Y'all seen Hancock? The
Yeah.
movie
Yeah.
Hancock?
Yeah.
Yes,
Remember
yes.
when
Started on
freaking
fire.
Will Smith throws the little fucking fat blonde-haired kid up in the air, and
Yes,
then he
that's
lands
amazing.
down, and then
That
he's
was
like,
great.
"Ah!" And the hair, that reminds me of Grace Randolph.
Oh, jeez.
See, I see, and I've mentioned this before. I see Grace as more of an amalgamation of Dory from Finding Nemo and Pinocchio from Shrek.
I want to be a real boy.
If he indeed isn't where he isn't.
Yeah.
Oh boy!
So I'll start with Joey, man. What's your thoughts seeing that? I mean, we don't know if it's true or not. She has a very long history of being
Right.
wrong when it comes to
And
her
called
take-
out by directors.
Yes.
Yes. I want to start out with saying I'm okay with Grace Randolph. I don't hate her,
Right.
but I
But
also,
you don't say that.
but I also she has been wrong before,
Mhm.
and I think she does like the drama a little bit, as do a lot of other scoopers. Like nobody's really left out of that. I find it interesting that she says she lists all the stuff that's happening, and then she says let's try to be open-minded about it. When in reality, this entire universe that they're bringing in now is a result of people not being open-minded about
About anything.
Man of Steel, BVS, Justice League, anything Zack Snyder was doing.
Yeah.
So it's like, where was this advice, 10 years ago? when it's like,
2013,
hey, let's just be
2016.
open-minded. It's like, no, we want our DC the way we want our DC. And now we're, the people who want Snyder stuff are the bad guys for saying the exact same thing. So I just think it's a little weird.
Bit hypocritical.
That's exactly what a cultist would say.
They're on to me.
Conspiracy.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
Was that scripted?
Yeah. No, I didn't practice that in the mirror before this.
See the teleprompter reflecting in the mirror.
No, you can't. No, it isn't.
And he read end of message.
Yeah. Pause for dramatic effect. But yeah,
Why did you put a question mark in there? You know he reads it verbatim.
those are kind of my thoughts, and just I've felt kind of defeated, even though I don't really have any stake in any of this.
Mhm.
But just I'm just whatever about it now. If this is what's going to happen, it's what's going to happen. I'm just all right, you wanted my money, and now I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's me.
Honestly, could really honestly be like, do you guys really want money though?
Yeah.
I don't know if you do you, because
I've always said that. Yeah.
as far as when you're trying to run it, let's be clear. Like this shit starts. It's a business, so making these movies and doing what they're doing over there at WB. I think the end product, as far as what they want at the end of the day, is to make money. That's what they're there for. And stuff like this, which like I said, don't know if it's true or not, but these aren't money making moves. You know what I'm saying? Like it just doesn't strike me as, because you've heard the fan base. There's no way they haven't heard us. There's no way.
It's a weak counterpunch. It's weak.
Yeah, they subscribe to my channel.
Okay, but what I'm saying is like there's no way they haven't heard the voice of the fans, and to contradict that at any given time, they're just like, nah, we're gonna smash that. We're gonna do what we want. And I don't have Ryan's spot on the little image you had with the executive standing there and they're like, no, we're gonna tell you what you like. So that's exactly true. So Neil, what you think, man? Reading that, what do you think about that? Even like I said, we don't know if it's true or not, but just the fact that that's
why do you think it's true, Neil? Go.
Oh, why do I think it's true? Oh no! Don't you dare! Look, looking at all this, right? If everybody pays attention, I'm that annoying person that pays attention to everything, even if it came out like a year ago or 2 years ago. I like to see how people change narratives, this, that, the other. Remember hearing reports about all this stuff about a year ago, you know, the Batgirl Beyond and the Keaton stuff, and he can be the Fury and yada, 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 yada. So now we're at the point in time now where if you want to play conspiracy like theorists here, you can say, oh, wow, here comes WB again at the height of a Restore the Snyderverse event or whatever it may be, and they launch this type of news. You know, or Zack Snyder comes out here and there and he posts his little things. And he always knows how to rile people up. We don't have to beat that drum. We all know this stuff now. You're like, okay. And now she comes out with a tweet and she's well known. She's followed in this movie entertainment nerdverse that we all live in. And you're like, oh shit. So now she's trying to, if you look at it, she's playing her narrative. She was all on board for the Snyderverse and all this kind of stuff. But now that maybe there's no like clear cut, like, yeah, it's going to be restored next year so I can be full-fledged on what they're doing. Nah, shit. I have to change my narrative. I'm just looking at it from her standpoint maybe and go, all right, I have to get on board with what they're doing because I'm going to have to cover this stuff because this is what my livelihood is. So if you're looking at the business side, look at it from the business side for her. Now, as a fan, look at it like this. That doesn't mean anything's ever dead. Is anything ever dead in Hollywood? Absolutely not.
No one's ever really gone.
Right, exactly. You see? You sound like you were narrating like a movie right there. No, you know, so you look at that. So I don't have Twitter. I know how Twitter was. I never recreated another account.
Do that though. Do it.
I know, right? I have to agree.
I need
you back on Twitter.
I'm lazy with that.
New year, new you.
Yeah, man. Hey, there you go.
Hey, cuckoo,
Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal when you see this. I don't take it as a loss. I don't take it as an you have to have known that they were going to come out with what they were creating because that's their job. Hamada and all these other people, they had their vision. They screwed over the one guy. You're not going to go back and bring him in, admit defeat. Absolutely not. You're going to go out on your little stupid ass high horse pride, however you want to look at it, and go with what you're going to do. Yes, they go toward what they think the public wants, right? So they're going to take these quick narratives from people that aren't real fans or this or that are going to go out and buy their crazy merch. See, like they don't think broad scale. That's their problem. They think they're a quick reactionary bunch, obviously. So that's why you see another freaking new CEO coming in this year and Zaslav, and you see what happens with that. I also continue to tell people, remember, Snyder's got that universe coming out that you're going to talk about later. Oh, that does well. The Christ continues for his universe to come back. Yeah, maybe he comes back and does a couple movies. I don't know. But nothing dies from that. So you shouldn't take it as a loss or like, I'm going to go kill myself now or jump off a cliff or become a Marvel fan. I hate DC. Well, you know how people talk.
You take things
too sorry. It just turns into all that. I don't take any of this like, I take it as, you knew this was coming. It's going to happen. So, do what you want with it. I've been calling the Flash movie Flash Drive for about a year now because it was a hot mess from the start. You knew that movie was doomed from the start about maybe 2 years ago.
It started off with bad PR. It started off on a bad foot with, them not, with Ray Fisher, being removed from the film and all that. So it started off negatively.
Right. The universe was doomed from the get-go. But then throughout that came the Snyder Cut that actually came out. So there was a actual big great beam of light that left everything. It opened Pandora's box. Okay, so look at it like that. Pandora's box was open when the Snyder Cut came out. In the entertainment world of like, anything could happen now. You just have to wait for timing. Right now, the timing's not there. It's obvious. The timing's not there. So you might have to wait another 12 months before something crazy happens. But who knows? Whatever Grace says, fuck cares. She just covers movies.
Let's freaking go.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was a little too long-winded there. Let me shush.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah. No, but this is So I was about to make something. I got this from Andre. You know what I'm saying? This is
oh God, he made it on the show somehow.
So this is evidence of her being wrong on several points. And this is he pulled up on Ryan's show. It's just that so I just found out why Wonder Woman 84 was pushed back 7 months. My sources tell me it's the Flashpoint, which means a DC reboot. Nah, that literally didn't happen.
Right.
The only thing that we got from that movie that I could, say that entertains me is this.
And it's only because it's a drop.
Yeah.
The Mentos commercial beginning of the movie. It's an entire commercial.
We just
press this. All right. And then there's this one also too where she's talking. I told you guys massive reshoots larger to take out dick pics. And then Kathy Ann, the director, says, "Excuse me, you have no idea what you're talking about." Just clapped on her pretty much. So there's that one. And then James Gunn, whatever you want to think about James, he was on her too as well for her. I think she was saying that Bane was going to be in the movie. He's like, or in the show. He said Bane was going to be in the Peacemaker show. She's like, and James Gunn's like, no, there's no Bane in the show. So
she can misquote James Gunn all she wants. I don't give a shit about that.
Yeah. And then James wants to hire Grace. Love your stuff. So I'll speak up. I didn't add a new character now. Dr. Shin was in the script since day one. I had cast Randall a year ago in Australia. I'm a big fan of his. Love. What is that? Oh, Fresh Off the Boat. Fresh off the boat. Yeah. But I didn't shoot his stuff till now. Hence, it's literally pickups with him. Cheers. So,
Cheers, mate.
That's a couple of directors clapping on her for her being wrong. And also her not wanting to admit to being wrong. Here's the difference. Feige listens and cares the fans on what they want. Marvel like Daredevil being brought back, but I don't care what they want. Yeah.
I don't know about care. I think he knows what'll bring in money.
Oh, yeah.
Bring in money. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just a logical mind. People.
Care is a strong word.
That's a person that gets it. That's why you don't find them. That's why they don't just grow on trees. People that get it, when they're in those positions, you're like, son of a bitch, you know how you do. And you just can't teach that. And the guy learned it through the process.
What's good, Drogo? What's good? What's good? RJ, what's good, man? What's up?
Why
what's up?
When Affleck called Feige the greatest producer of this generation or whatever he said, I was just like, he's not wrong. He knows what's going to put asses in seats.
He cherry picked from people he learned from, and he put his formula together. And
it doesn't mean everything he makes is amazing, but it's like
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
he knows what's going to get the fans there.
I'll just say this: whenever you thought about Feige coming into this year, the movie that I saw in No Way Home, dude knows how to listen.
Yep.
Yeah,
and he made an absolutely exceptional film. You know what I'm saying? Like Spider-Man No Way Home was fire, and he they did. If you want to, you don't think he does fan service. I think he does. That was a little bit of fan service, but he made it work. And he know. I'll put it this way: Kevin Feige knows what the fuck he's doing. He knows what he is doing, and it's easy to tell from the billions of dollars his movies have made, and also just Spider-Man No Way Home was just I was just like, this dude knocked. As much whatever other movies you thought he knocked it out of the park with when it comes to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that one he literally did. That was literally shit made $1 billion in 8 days. So Dawson, I've heard your thoughts, but tell it for the audience, man. What do you think about the Grass Randolph tweet?
Again, if all this stuff is true, that's an if.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, my opinion is this: if the studio keeps pissing in your face, close your mouth and don't drink it.
Unless you're into that, that's fine.
I mean, if you're into
we
that,
don't kink shame here at the ACS universe.
I mean,
what?
Sure,
we don't kink shame here.
Yeah, no.
Don't kink shame me.
We don't kink shame.
What
up? But you know what I mean? It's like if this all ends up to be true, it's pretty infuriating for DC fans. But I mean, I'm gonna try to remain hopeful. But everything that I've heard, I said this I think on 4 Nerds 2 nights ago, is that if DC is indeed going in this direction, right? I keep thinking to myself, I should be excited for the Flash movie because Keaton and Batfleck. I should be excited for this. I keep telling myself this without asking myself, am I excited for it? That's what I should be asking myself, because at the end of the day, that's what ultimately decides my decision to buy a ticket to a movie. And at this current point in time, I'm not excited because of stuff like this.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be the first person in the theater. I'm not going to be the first person or going in the first weekend. Honestly, what I plan on doing with The Flash, because of stuff like this, if it ends up panning out, is I will wait. I will hear what people have to say, including people that I trust. And if I hear positive things, then I'll go. But I'm not going to invest into something that I'm pretty confident will annoy me or piss me off, or basically piss on things that I love that were previously installed in a franchise. And again, with Grace Randolph, like, I don't worship at the altar Grace Randolph or any scooper for that matter. There have been times where she has been right and also where she has been wrong. So again, grain of salt, but wouldn't surprise me if this stuff ended up being true.
Yeah. And as we mentioned earlier too, it's a shame, and that's what Dawson was saying on the Ryan stream, is like, yo, when it comes to the losers here are hardcore Flash fans, because you get in a Flash movie finally, and it's not a Flash movie. It's all of these other characters dipped in, and also Warner Brothers saying, oh, this is how we erase some shit. So let's use the first Flash solo film to, like, with this whole other thing of you know, trying to erase movies that have happened, like, pretty relevant. They're like a modern movies. They happened a few years ago. And what won this past year, and they're trying to erase all of that just for the Flash. So Ryan, man, what's thoughts, man? Thoughts?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, say what you want about Grace, but she does a phenomenal job at staying relevant and in the conversation.
She does.
That's true. And then, like, just with the directors responding to her, that's just more exposure for her. You know, there's no such thing as bad exposure. So just, she's never going to go away.
Hashtag Zeverfett.
I mean, you could argue there's such thing as bad exposure.
Who?
All exposure is good.
And you don't want us exposing ourselves.
Exactly. No one wants to see
Ghostbusters 2.
No one wants to see a wild Zeverfett.
I beg to differ. There's something called the Zeververse, and one of these panelists is in fact in love with that.
Oh, good criminy.
and yes, thank you. That was him.
You're not very subtle.
It's like everywhere I look, I see Zeverfett. Thank you.
A scary universe.
You got the Zeververse.
Matt, you're right. You're right, though.
Almost as scary as the Irregularverse. So don't worry.
Matt's right, though. It's mad exposure. Like, it's ridiculously mad.
It's a great way to rile us up too, you know?
Yeah. I mean, look at all the streams. I wasn't gonna stream today, right? I had no intention on streaming today. But then I saw that and I was like, yo, rant. I'm gonna rant about it. You know, and so that's it. Yeah. I mean, her and we hate to give people, you know, I want to say these platforms, but I mean, these people, we hate to mention their names because all it does is give them a little bit more validity, exposure, you know, and also, you know, just relevancy. And you know, I really, to be honest with you, I mean, yes, I used to listen to Grace years ago, and the only thing I really listened to her about was like her box office stuff. I even forget the name of that channel. But yeah, I mean, you know, I used to listen to that, you know, and so now it's just kind of like, dude, she's staying relevant. Like you said, it's got directors, you know, mentioning her by name, calling her out. Even if they're calling her out, no one's going to stop listening to her. Yeah. Right. No. She does a good job of playing both sides of the aisle. You know, she's, you know, drummed up some drama, you know, and she's just like, you know, and look what I did right now. And that's it. You know, she drops the bomb and she runs, you know, and she's just like laughing her way to all of the super chats she gets, all the Patreon support she gets, all of the member support that she gets. I mean, you know, her little, you know, drop today, 7 hours ago, got like, you know, 3 grand likes, and I'm sure the engagement is well into maybe the 20K, 30K. Yeah, you know,
how about her?
And great job. Yeah, exactly. Great job on her. She did it, you know, fantastic. She has had, you know, interviews with Zack Snyder. She has been on set on Justice League back in 2016. So, I mean, she does get to interview, you know, different people at the junkets and all that, you know, because she gets in line.
And she was in Zombieland too.
Yeah, heck yeah, she did that too. So yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, good on her. Do I agree with this narrative going forward? No, I don't agree with this. I think that this is a misstep. I think that you have a person like Henry Cavill that says he wants to be involved, being sidelined. There's no reason why Sasha and Henry can't exist in movies. I mean, thank you. Sex is Ryan. So, you go and you make me a Supergirl movie. Make me a Henry Cavill Superman movie. Hell, bring Brandon Routh back and make me a different kind of Superman movie.
Seriously?
We're a consumer society, and we should be able to consume these. Since these properties are hot, as far as people are investing in them and want to have them on their shelves, then why not? Why wouldn't you want to make more instead of less, right?
It's like they don't understand that there's plenty of Superman and Supergirl storylines where Superman and Supergirl interact and work together. It's like, why can't you have that in a movie?
The entire point of Supergirl is that she's not supposed to be Superman, and that can be a struggle for her. Yeah. But what they're doing with this is just like, oh no, she's Superman now.
Yeah,
it's like what?
Yeah, exactly.
Taking away the whole
just
struggle.
Like a couple months ago when it was they were talking about bringing in a Black Superman, but it wasn't going to be Calvin Ellis or Val Zod. They were just going to, he's Clark Kent. Yeah.
Clark Kent from Chicago.
You're ruining everything about Clark Kent just by because we've got these other two characters that you could develop that a lot of people don't know, and they could bring in.
Calvin Ellis is the president of the United States.
Iron Man was a well-known character, right? But Iron Man blew up because of Robert Downey Jr.'s performance in the first Iron Man movie. It brought more awareness to the general pop that had no clue who Iron Man was other than some red and yellow character in a Marvel comic book.
Yeah.
They knew nothing about him. So what you need to do is double down, grab Michael B. Jordan, say, hey, you're going to be this version of this type of Superman. And let's just see where it takes us. Let's see if it's palatable. Put it out on screens. Don't hide it on HBO Max. I'm glad what they did with Blue Beetle as far as we're gonna bring that up and make it a theatrical release, but because it's gonna be on streaming
if it gets made.
Yeah, after it's made, it's gonna be on streaming anyway. But yeah, I mean, you have actors that are there, available, ready, and people like them. If anything, the general pop wasn't on board completely with the BVS narrative, but they're completely on board with the Zack Snyder's Justice League narrative. They're back on board with,
and many people who
don't
like
that Henry was portraying, and you're just going to drop it right there and not finish the story arcs of these characters.
And many people who even had a problem with Zack Snyder's story still liked Henry Cavill as Superman, so you can still use him without
Dude, Henry even brought the guy from Mission Impossible, the director, into the studio and said, hey, we have an idea that we'd like to flesh out. And they were like, nah, we got a plan.
Yeah.
And here we are 5 years later.
And exactly.
Good plan.
They're playing the same thing with Green Lantern. No, we don't want to see,
John Stewart.
Well, not John Stewart, Wayne T. Carr. We don't want to see Wayne T. Carr for 2 minutes of footage. We have a plan for him, and still nothing, dude. I have been waiting since 2011 to see Green Lantern back on the screen with a different actor, with a different narrative. And what have you given us? Oh, we're going to do something on HBO Max. Dude, that was the first freaking property of that they promoted on HBO Max, and they haven't done shit. They did some casting reveals in the middle of the year last year. Middle of the year, they let you know about Guy Gardner, and they let you know about the thing about Alan Scott. But anyway, we haven't heard shit from them since.
Nope.
Do we even know if they've even gotten into
for not
nothing at Fandom, nothing.
No,
nothing. They skipped over it because of Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns is still attached to it, and he's a pile of mud. So
yeah, that's pretty much next. So I think
next question.
So I think we all have the same feelings when it comes to like we said, Grace Randolph, grain of salt type shit, but
grain of salt, Randolph.
See what is
say grace. I pledge allegiance to the flag.
What is Big Les? I don't know what that is.
Big Lebowski.
Big
Lesbowski. What?
What?
Have you guys
seen the Big
Saying
Les?
that in
No.
Australian.
Big Les show. No.
Yeah.
Hey, that must be fire.
Voodoo was good. He said Ryan is ranting like I feel. Yeah. Well, I feel.
There you go. Everybody in Texas thinks alike. We're all super smart.
Well, I'll say that about Texans, but you, I don't know.
Super highly intelligent beings.
Maybe.
We're the only. We have Whataburger. Where's yours? Where's your Whataburger, buddy?
Hey, we got
don't
one
mock
here
me
now.
with that,
That's a good point.
Don't mock me
We
with
got
that.
one here now.
Dude,
We
even
got-
Andre is stuck on water. He misses it. He's like,
I haven't had it in
Whataburger.
years. I miss
I don't
it
even know what the hell that is.
because it's better. It's
Oh, you don't know? Oh man, it's so
Oh, dude, no.
I always bring up the
It's
time.
it's a fast food. It's a fast food burger place, and it is absolutely
fire.
fucking incredible. Yes.
I'll tell you what, I always mention this.
There he is, Nicotina.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there was one time,
You say his name, Rumpelstiltskin, 3 times, and he shows up.
but I always say
Oh, was it?
the one time that I visited Texas again after I moved away, I went to a Whataburger. It was right next to a Texas Roadhouse, and the Whataburger had a big All-American flag on the side, and I was like, I am home.
Garza. I don't know. I don't know the guy, so I'm not gonna say anything against Garza. So. But Nicotina knows about Garza. Why don't you say something about Garza, Nicotina?
we don't have to.
Thank you.
We don't have to go there tonight.
All right, just really
We can just keep talking about burgers.
I know. All right, so the patty melt, yes, incredible.
Oh, that's this guy. That's this guy.
Oh, you guys.
Yeah,
And I was
I've
stuck
been
in Taco Bell today.
So, do you guys think In-N-Out is trash? And why is your answer yes?
In-N-Out is overrated.
Only had it
In-N-Out is trash. I haven't had it.
I've had it a
But
couple
I know it.
times.
Dry burgers, tasteless fries. It's
Oh.
just
It's not worth that
It's not
long
good.
drive.
Dude, Carl's Jr. tried to survive here, and we were like, "Get the fuck out of our town." We'll keep Cane's, but get the fuck out of here with your Carl's.
Cane's is
Oh
great.
my God, Cane's.
Oh man, I will tell you, man, that's.
I don't know. If we don't,
I'm
I mean,
hungry,
everybody has to
actually.
remember Roy Rogers from back in the day.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers fine.
Roy Rogers. What about Buck Rogers?
Come on.
I
What about
found the
Steve
best.
Rogers?
Well,
I
know,
found the
mean,
best. I found the best clip from.
He's enjoying a nice Rogering.
Yeah.
You get like a shit ton of weight.
I found the best clip from Buck Rogers when my family was rewatching their like DVD collection of it. It's
I'm gonna tell you right now.
okay, shut up. But anyway, someone said some random thing, and then Buck Rogers like, "You sure that's what it means? Something's wrong with your funkin' Wagnalls."
What?
It's an encyclopedia.
Back then, it's a pun on Barnes and Noble.
Five Guys is fire. I
Mhm.
like Five Guys.
Five Guys is pretty good. They give you way too many fries though.
If you like soggy fries, Five Guys is your place.
Yeah. That's I'm talking about the burger.
Yeah.
I had In-N-Out for the
Such
first time when I
fast
was in
food
Vegas in
snobs,
December
you
and
guys
didn't
are.
get the hype. It's okay, but Five
I
Guys.
agree,
is
RJ.
fire. Yeah.
My
It's always
gosh.
the fast food line is always wrapped around the building like 3 times at In-N-Out.
Yeah, it is.
No matter what time of day.
Well,
it is.
because
That's like
it's become
Chick-fil-A,
such
though.
it's become such a
Chick-fil-A,
novelty
I'm
thing
sorry,
now.
it's overrated.
Chick-fil-A's
I'm
okay.
sorry, Chick-fil-A is
It's iffy.
overrated. You
Oh, I
should
love
not
Chick-fil-A.
put. Okay, I'm sorry, but you should not put a fried
Here we go.
piece of chicken inside aluminum because it's gonna get fucking soggy.
Mhm.
Yeah, it does.
That's the
It does.
dumbest ass
Unless
idea I
you
think
have
I've
holes poked.
ever heard. It's just dumb. They're like,
thing-
"Oh,
Alright.
it keeps the heat in there.
The thing about like Chick-fil-A or like In-N-Out is they're such novelty
No,
things
they-
now.
That's
I feel
that's the
targeted.
female Dawson. Do we have the photo of the female Dawson?
John- no, I
Donna
do
is
not.
Bay.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Find it, send it to me. All right. So anyway, moving right along.
Welcome to
I
the
did
food
send you
episode of.
stuff. I did
Yeah.
send you some stuff, so I don't know if you can use it, but
Oh, I
Oh,
can
we
tell
can't show that on the stream.
hours.
I don't know. It's pretty
Oh.
risque.
All right. So
Hey, Ryan.
y'all pretty much have the same thoughts when it comes to the Grace Randolph.
Yeah, the correct ones.
We don't, who knows if it's true or not. We obviously don't want to see the DCU go in that direction because eliminating Batman and Superman.
Literally
Or-
getting rid of world's finest.
No.
I mean,
We're gonna be the only world's finest around after a while.
that's
Look
a
at that.
fair point.
Well, yeah, I mean, you guys are gonna get recast too somehow.
Uh-oh. Nicotina jumped in. He said In-N-Out is bomb. Oh,
Oh, no.
I don't think they use that
no,
phrase anymore,
no.
Nicotina. The 90s.
You're outnumbered, Andre.
No.
I'm telling you, Nicotina still uses "What's that?"
We have a chain up here called Super Duper and lettuce wrap burgers are wicked good. Hey,
what is elbow cough?
Yo, that's also like when it comes to like food, there's like location exclusive places that are always fire. So, but we did recently get a Whataburger.
Oh,
yeah, it's far. It's like an hour from here. But,
I mean, that's worth it.
Wait, you have one in Georgia?
Peter.
What the hell? Virginia sucks.
Whoa, language.
I know, right?
Hey man, Whataburger do that to you. Before that, when I was going to visit Ryan, the months up until that point, I was like, you do realize what we're eating the entire fucking time.
We did eat every day pretty much at Whataburger.
It's okay. I still haven't had it, but it's okay.
Oh, it's
yo, relax, Nicotine. All right. Anyway, all right. So something else that came out this week, I've talked to a couple of you guys about it. Was this fire image that Zack Snyder dropped on Vero, concept art from Rebel Moon. All right. So yeah, he just how he dropped shit because it's Zack Snyder. So he dropped this on here. Obviously it looks, I don't know what to even take from it. I just think the image is fire. Dawson, what'd you think about it?
I thought it was really cool. Again, we can't really take too much from it as far as the story is concerned. The visual's really cool. I like the dark, like dusty worldscape you got going on here. Obviously, it's like the aftermath of a war, and I just really like the design of these characters in general. That probably won't stay the same because usually concept art tends to vary, especially like, for instance, the book of Boba Fett we saw this week. The concept art at the end was very different from some of the things we saw in the episode. So it's just a good little taste. I'm excited for it. Again, Zack keeps saying that it's going to be like the Krypton scene in Man of Steel on steroids.
Yeah.
And so, I want it like now, and this is a good little start from promotion.
You want steroids?
He wants steroids now.
I want it now. You can probably benefit from that.
Pills are good.
Pills are good. Pills are good.
Obviously, it's and it's cool to see him drop something like this, like without zero context. All he said was concept art from Rebel.
You just know like the hieroglyphics that can't say the word.
It is kind of hard after you've been eating shrooms all day.
I mean, it's so bad.
It's like glittering and
I speak dinosaurs, man.
Ryan, what'd you think about it, man? When you first saw it? Obviously, you see he threw the little ZS.
Yeah. Put the Zebra Fett in there.
What?
So,
no. Let's clarify.
Zoe Studios. Zoe Studios. Everybody knows that. Come on, get on board.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, dude, this is simply fire. It's gonna look exactly like this on screen.
You're just gonna try to negate every single thing I just said.
Yeah, I mean, this is really. I think it's a darker tone. I think this is what Star Wars should have been. For the sequel trilogy. I think that, yes, and I agree with Zack Snyder. We see eye to eye on a lot of things, but this is another thing that we do see eye to eye on, is that he claims that the sequel trilogy is unrecognizable to him as Star Wars. So I think that that's one of the reasons, the catalyst that he really wanted to put this out there, because it would be cool for him, because he's friends with JJ and all that, and they had a little rivalry, not really rivalry, but they were playing with each other. They were playing with each other, fondling each other. Thank you so much for clearing.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that bullshit, man.
I mean, you had the Millennium Falcon has the tumbler on it, and you had a stormtrooper in BVS somewhere. But I mean, they did things like that, and that he would have loved to.
It sounds like dirty sex moves.
How the hell did this turn into a Star
very
Wars?
Dirty. It was very.
You ever tried the Millennium Falcon?
Yeah, he was all over. Yeah, it was dope. They took it to infinity and beyond. But yeah, no, I mean, you know that Zack would have taken up the offer before JJ to direct a Star Wars movie before it was bastardized. And it would have been fire. It would have been dark, and it would have been, I guess, for us, to be honest with you, a lot more palatable. It probably would have been a lot more well thought out, a lot better planned out, as he was doing with the DC universe. Setting up that. So what he did was he just took his concept and converted it, and it's going to have laser swords instead of lightsabers, and it's going to have battle droids, or battle robots instead of battle droids, I guess. It's going to be his version, and I think everybody's pretty much going to be able to get on board with this thing, and I hope it's going to be a franchise.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll a trilogy at least.
Nice.
Matt.
Thank the Lord.
I mean, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if this is brought to life on screen, just because no one's going to hold him back anymore. No one's going to chain him up like Warner Brothers. Like, you can't do that. So I think he just has the freedom to do whatever he wants. So if this is what he wants to see, this is probably what we're going to see.
Nice. Neil, what'd you think?
Well, to bounce off Zebra Fett, it's going to be fucking awesome.
I give him the alley. I gave him the alley.
I mean, you definitely allied that up. I mean, you really gave it all right there. No, this is awesome. I mean, because the guy, he's always been a huge Star Wars fan, so he's going to do this, and like he said, it's going to be on fucking steroids. So this is awesome. It's the first set of concept art. I can't wait to see more. The faces on the guys are pretty interesting. If you were able to zoom in, didn't they have like a skeleton look?
Yes. There's a skull, sort of humanoid looking.
You're like, and then remember what is it? The armor from Man of Steel kind of has a little bit of that, because I mean, remember at the beginning of Man of Steel, you figure he's going to do that plus 20 million other things. So I mean, shit.
Yeah,
not much to say off it. It just gets you more excited. It's like, yo, guys, remember I'm doing this?
Yeah.
Literally, and we're like, yes, restore the Snyderverse and give us this too.
Restore the Snyderverse. Rebel what?
I can't remember when did he drop this? Was it like Tuesday or Wednesday or something?
Somebody say that? Reba?
I think it was Wednesday. Yeah.
Wednesday. Yeah. So Joey, man, what'd you think, man?
I think it looks great. I'm really excited to see what he does. I'm probably alone. I wasn't too brokenhearted over the new Star Wars trilogy. I'm fine with them. Like they're okay, but I like them for the sole purpose that they piss people off. The things I've heard people say about those movies are just hilarious. But like I am glad that that he's getting a chance to tell his story in what would have been that universe or whatever. But no, I think this looks great. I love the dark tone. I hope they don't hold him back at all, and they kind of just let him let loose. I'm pretty hyped for it. Yeah,
because he's got to cut loose.
Yeah. Just them. It's just this image alone. I mean, like I was saying, it could totally change or it could stay the same. It doesn't matter to me. Just you could.
I'm sorry, I started something. I couldn't stop.
Sorry, you good. But when you think
check out my rebel moon.
Your moon.
We got the opening song, Zach. Do you see
that? Yo, open up with a dance number.
He's like, oh yeah. Hey, guys, that's really catchy. Yeah, I like it.
You got some guy. You got some guy doing a rebel moonwalk.
He's like, yeah, I was a big fan of Michael Jackson. Yeah, I like it. By the way, don't check out Moonfall. It's a piece of shit.
What?
Man. What was it? Moonfall?
Moonfall. If you really hate Toby Emmerich, then don't support his brother.
Yeah.
Don't go to the movie.
Is Roland, right?
Roland is Roland is.
Yeah. And the other one who played in the Matrix.
Not Matrix. No, he played in Truman. The Truman Show. He played Jim Carrey's best friend.
That's right. I do remember this.
Toby Emmerich's other brother.
Damn it, I might be getting that shit wrong. What the dude in the Matrix the one who had to turn over his ship? He got mad at Jada Pinkett for giving away his ship. I think that's an Emmerich brother.
That's another Emmerich. Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know.
I only know the three.
Third Matrix?
Huh?
Second Matrix you're talking about.
Yeah. When he got pissed off.
That was in the third one, I think, right? You're talking about that guy? I don't remember the guy. I'm the dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
I don't think the Matrix movies are real. I think those are part of the simulation.
They're a video game.
Yeah.
Nothing is as
it gets played on the wall.
Let's see. Hold on. Real quick.
That was me.
Yeah.
Keanu, he's here.
Nothing is as fire of a thought of Zack Snyder getting to make a Star Wars type film, and nobody's gonna fuck with him at all. Like he's gonna be able to do exactly what he wants. All of his there's probably not even nobody has to approve his ideas for this, and so yeah, we're all looking forward to that. So real quick, next I want to move to the book of Boba Fett.
Sent you a picture of Boba Fett.
Did you?
Oh no!
Down below.
You know it's going to be all sexualized.
Is it going to be all caked up?
This Boba.
This is before the helmet.
What?
Oh, good lord!
Oh god!
Wow.
Oh man.
Is that from Zombieland?
That's I guess that's out in front of In-N-Out Burger.
All right. No. So Jesus Christ. So yeah. Book of Boba Fett came out. First episode came out on Wednesday. Ryan, man, let's hear your thoughts, man. Book of Boba Fett, how did it start?
Okay. Here we go. Yeah. Get the negatives out of the way. I mean, overall,
I'll tell you what
I would actually. Nothing happened in this episode. It was kind of like it was a very slow burn.
It's an intro.
It's a slow burn. And my biggest gripe for this first outing is the choreography for the fights. I thought that when they had those shields or whatever, and they surrounded the two assassins that are supposed to be badass and can do almost anything, they did nothing. Yeah. They did nothing. They got beat the shit out of, and it was very underwhelming. And I was like, this is the same Boba Fett that I've been led to believe is badass. This is the same assassin that did all this other shit. They treated them so much better, and this was Robert Rodriguez. So they did so much better with these two in The Mandalorian than they did in the first episode of Book of Boba Fett by establishing how badass they are.
Yeah,
and it didn't hit, didn't land for me for the choreography. Everything else, I was like, okay, it wasn't great. It didn't like blow my socks off, but I am gonna watch episode 2. It's like, okay, a stark example of differences. Of course, I like Star Wars more than I like Hawkeye, but I couldn't get through the first episode of Hawkeye. Therefore, I did not watch the rest of the season because I could care less. However, I did watch the whole season of Cobra Kai number 4 because that shit was badass.
We don't need a segment.
Let's go. And for that, I pass it on to my co-host.
What do you think about Cobra Kai?
Damn it, LaRusso.
Matt's like, what are we even talking about anymore?
Yeah.
So season 4 was awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. It was good. Really good show.
With the whole fight thing, it's like, why didn't he use the jetpack?
Ever? Why didn't he use his gauntlets? Why didn't he use his flamethrower? Yeah. Why didn't he headbutt him?
Well, he had a head full of coins.
Oh my god, it's like a mini me. It's a before and after.
Remember from like Tropic Thunder when he was like, just like wigging out,
nice try,
busting up bar, and he was like convulsing, and then he did it, and then the other guys behind him did it. They were like, that's crazy. Anyway,
I did not want to watch a movie with these two.
That was a great little moment.
Tropic Thunder is a gem.
I just need to be like, I'm straight up not having a good time right now.
Let's go. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish.
I don't like how
I won't butt in anymore.
Oh, finally, somebody saying it.
I didn't like the convenience of the stormtrooper being in Starlight Pit. It's like, where the hell did he come from?
Yeah, where did he come from? Because that didn't happen in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Like, where was a rando stormtrooper that isn't a speeder biker? Fucking running around in the middle of a fucking desert.
He's a little bit more decomposed. So,
but where did he come from?
Where did he go?
It's Tatooine. They patrol Tatooine.
No. It wasn't a sand trooper. It was just regular stormtroopers you find on the
Yeah, there was regular stormtroopers.
It wasn't
on
regular
Tatooine, too.
stormtrooper. It wasn't a sand trooper.
Yeah,
they had regular stormtroopers on Tatooine too.
I said I wasn't gonna interrupt, and I won't.
I got any regular stormtrooper right there.
Jabba's palace with the
one of the skiff guards. Yeah, okay, sorry.
I did appreciate the Camino flashbacks. I thought that was
cool. I'm sorry.
You've totally lost.
And what about the fighting?
The fighting sucked.
Okay.
And then after he gets hurt, take me back to the back to tank.
Get off me!
It's like, why were the guards?
You little bitch, just like Django.
That's it. That's my
take. All right.
He's like, hold the water, youngling. Like
Dawson.
It's like
I will say that's
and the beast, the four-armed beast.
You have more.
Where the fuck did he come from?
The sand.
It doesn't. Oh, he was waiting there the whole. They were like,
so
he was sleeping.
Like
Reptiles sleep under the
This is a good
sand.
place to dig for bottles of water. And it's like the thing was right underneath. It couldn't have been 10 feet away and like crept up
They
on him. It
moved around a lot. So,
all right, I'm done.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll get to our reviews shortly. We promise.
Yeah, eventually.
In a couple hours, probably.
So, Book of Boba Fett, fire.
Well, I'll wait till the season before I proclaim that. But I will say before Dawson, I get your thoughts. The fighting was bad. It was aggravating to watch. Like, I was like, oh, dude, can you, like to you guys' point, like these are two badasses. And then after the fight, they immediately go to show you that Fennec is absolute fucking fire. She's jumping rooftops and fucking. Yeah. I was like, where was that shit on the damn?
Well, she saw James Bond from the first one when he was jumping off of buildings and shit, and they're like, oh, we need to do that shit.
Yeah. So Dawson, man, what you think about Book of Boba Fett episode 1? I mean, chapter 1 or whatever they call it.
Yeah, whatever they're gonna call it. I think overall it's a mixed bag. Like you guys said, the fighting was not impressive. There was no fight scene or anything that really wowed me or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I thought seeing the backstory of him earning the respect of the Tusken Raiders was pretty cool, especially the last shot where the Tusken Raider just kind of casually hands him the thing of water, because that's a really subtle way to show like you've earned my respect. Yeah. I thought that was really cool. Very nice touch. I like the idea behind how Boba was supposed to like rule the crime underworld with respect rather than fear. I think it's a cool concept. I mean, we haven't really seen it fleshed out too much yet to where it's actually satisfying and interesting, like in execution, but the idea is cool. So we'll see where that goes. I think we're going to have frequent flashbacks to the whole back to tank thing, which honestly I'm cool with. And I like the fact that they gave us a reasoning as to why Boba Fett looks less pale and scarred up in this show compared to when he's in The Mandalorian, because he's literally being healed up. It made sense. Because when the trailers came out, I was like, okay, why does he look so much cleaner here than The Mandalorian? But it just makes sense to me now, especially like the way that just opened things up. I think this show, along with The Mandalorian, is doing a pretty good job at tying the prequel and original trilogies together, and making that just seem more like it's a combined world, even though the prequels did a good enough job with that already. Overall, I think it was a solid start, not groundbreaking. I mean, it definitely did not match the hype of the first episode of The Mandalorian, which it's kind of hard to do that. Yeah. But overall, a decent start.
Nice. Did you get to watch it, Neil?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, what'd you think?
You see how fast that was, Ryan?
Why didn't you like it, Neil? What was wrong?
Ryan, I was gonna say Ryan was not listening to you at all.
Nope, he hardly does.
So, look, when I saw the time for the first episode, I went, "Oh shit! They only released one episode, and it's only 30 minutes.
It's mad short,
which is only in Disney Plus, like 28 minutes, 27 because of 6 minutes worth of credits. Yeah. I was like, wow, that's an interesting way to start this off. But how many episodes before I give a review? How many episodes is this supposed to be? Does anybody know?
8. I think it's 8.
All right, so it's 8, right? Mm-hmm. For what the first episode gave, you guys already talked about the points that weren't good. Yeah, the fighting was interesting. I'm like, wow, they look like they're Like I'm like, are they just rusty and old, or is it like, what's going on here?
It's old and busted.
Yeah, old and crusty, whatever it may be. But when you look at that and you're watching a series, right? It's only one episode. And look, when I watched The Mandalorian, I watched it when everything was released, so I got to watch it in succession. Mm-hmm. But there were episodes where I'm like, wow, that fucking sucked. That really wasn't that good.
Filler episodes. Suck.
Yeah, and when you're looking at this episode, they're not going to give you all that badassery right away. You can obviously tell they're building up his character.
Yeah.
They're doing something new. They're trying to make him look beat down, obviously. Now, yeah, you'll say, well, wait, how about in The Mandalorian when he was beating the living hell out of people? That could have been pure rage, is what you saw happen in his flashback. The flashbacks I thought were good. I did find, if you want to pick out concepts like, digging through the stand to find things of water, very interesting. But, it's Star Wars. You got to forgive these kind of things. It's fucking fantasy nonsense. None of it makes sense. I thought it was cool how it started off, how he was, in the belly of the beast. They did that whole little thing. Mm-hmm. Those were some cool little concepts. I mean, because how the fuck could you survive that anyway? You thought he was dead in that kind of, format. You got to see that in the episode. Cool, you put that in the first thing. You're going all which ways, but all in all, I didn't hate it. Am I intrigued by it? Yeah. Am I the hugest Star Wars fan? No. I've watched everything that there is. I was more of a fan of the animated stuff. But there's more continuity with all the animated. When you're watching all the live action, it jumps all over the fucking place. You have to go back to all these different story arcs. But I think this is going to be a slow build, this show. They're building his character up, and it might actually frustrate fans like yourselves constantly because you're going to want to nitpick at it more than actually kind of try to appreciate the story in which they might be trying to tell. Obviously, he's a beat down individual. He's fucked up mentally. He doesn't have it right now. That's obvious. You could see it. So maybe the fight scene kind of has some kind of play on it. You know what I mean? Maybe there's some kind of foreshadowing going on. Then when that actually does come, you're just going to be like, tickle my tits, give me more. So, well, we'll see. We'll see. All in all, not bad. Average first episode. It was average, but it still gave you good beat points to be like,
right. Sure. Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, like I said, I want to watch the second one. I want to see where this goes.
Yeah. And they also, by the end of the season, that shit could feed right into the Mandalorian's third season. Like, it just could feed right into it. So who knows what that shit. So Joey, man, what's your thoughts, man?
So I just watched it a few hours ago. I'm kind of in the same mindset as you guys. I wasn't really blown away. Like Neil said, there were cool moments. I enjoyed the him climbing out of the Sarlacc pit. Which
that part was awesome.
I don't know if you guys ever watched Parks and Rec, the Amy Poehler show, but there's an episode where Patton Oswalt's on there, and he has to do this improv filibuster thing as part of the show. But he actually does. He talks for 8 or 9 minutes, and they put up the entire clip. But there's a part where he talks about Boba Fett coming out of the Sarlacc pit. And he's like, you pan down from the twin suns of Tatooine, and then you see the gauntlet of. But he's talking. He's pretty much describing what happens in this episode. So I just thought that was a funny little.
So you're saying Robert Rodriguez cheated?
Yes.
Well, there's a little fan film that somebody made 4 or 5 years ago, where they actually showed Boba Fett climbing out of the Sarlacc pit and taking off in Slave One and all that. So, I mean, this is something that the fans have, and there's art showing he's in the Sarlacc pit with his flamethrower, at the tentacles of the Sarlacc and all that. So that this is something that true Star Wars fans have. I don't say true Star Wars fans, just people that know of Return of the Jedi and appreciate Boba Fett.
Oh, absolutely.
They've seen this. They've been exposed to it. Right. So Robert Rodriguez, doing that, kind of giving that back to the fans or whatever. Yeah. That was cool. I dug it. He liked it. I liked it. We're just like, where the hell did Stormtrooper come from? There were so many other people that died that day.
You gotta find out from the book.
You gotta read the book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, they're gonna cover that.
Dude, if they made a graphic novel of Boba Fett, I would so pick that up. Honestly,
I think Loki was the only other Disney Plus like live action show that I stopped watching like after the second or third episode because I was just like, I'll watch the rest when this is over.
Right.
That might be what I do for this, just because like it just didn't really hook me like I thought it would. I was, I tuned out a couple times. I'm also I'm in the camp of Boba Fett wasn't really an awesome character in the original trilogy. He kind of got punked a few times. Like,
sure,
that's just me. Like, like I get like building it up in your head of like him being this amazing like bounty
well, George
hunter.
always did that. George always made awesome characters and then killed them. You got Darth Maul.
That's what you liked about like the animated series because and like Rebels and everything because you saw like his home planet and all the different Boba style characters. Like I don't know all the Star Wars lore, so I can't sit there and say it with.
Well, then you need to shut up.
Pick Neil out of here.
Yeah.
I will say on the other hand of having said that, I think this wasn't super like they didn't go right out of the gate with it because I think Neil said they're probably going to take their time, tell this story over the 6 or 8 episodes we're going to get, and unlike Mandalorian, which was that this character was unknown, they had to do that to get people hooked in to be like this is why you want to keep watching this show. Whereas with Boba Fett, it's like he's why you're watching this show. You already know who this is. So as of right now, I probably won't watch it right away, but like I am cautiously optimistic about it.
Nice. Hold on, give me a second.
He's like, yeah, great.
That's just fantastic.
He's like, yeah, great. Who just talked?
Oh my god.
He's literally saying without saying anything, I'm here to tell you right now. I don't care.
Nah, man.
I enjoyed Neil's interpretation, even though he says he's not a fan.
World's Finest is going to be very awkward.
No, when I use the lore, I don't want to use the terminology wrong, so that's why I'm just like,
yeah. Well,
I know how
go big or go home.
Yeah.
Come on, there's a box right behind me, Star Wars box right back there.
Oh, nice.
It says Ninja Turtle.
Well, that's the one all the way to.
Real quick,
to read, sir.
Real quick,
bouncy ball.
Not trying to down the stream or anything. There was a couple of losses this week, personally for me. As far as celebrities go, John Madden passed away. Shouts out to John Madden, family, friends. Would suck, and also this treasure that Betty White passed. That dude that you saw that tweet. Remember that tweet, Joey?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Some dude tweeted out like a couple weeks ago. He was like, "We ain't gonna let Betty White reach 100 years old.
Yeah.
Fuck that. We're gonna take." I was like, "What?" And then she just passed off. So shout
that
out to Betty White.
Shrinking in a rock somewhere.
Yo, dude,
like,
what the fuck?
Thank you for being a friend.
Oh, I thought you were going to do the whole song.
Yeah, I know. Well, we don't want to get copyright.
Yeah. Also, it wouldn't let me upload a clip that long. So.
There's also that gospel version that, dude, that video is so great.
Fire.
Yeah, she's great. Hold up.
But actually, that's the 4 nerds in the later years. So
thank you for being a friend.
No, that's 2 members of the 4 nerds in about 5 or 6 years.
Whoa.
Wow.
Okay.
And Andre.
Wow.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Wow.
Because I never age in Anthony's Black Adam, so I mean.
So you finally he's accepting his adolescence.
Dawson just doesn't want to get
accepting his adolescence.
I'm just accepting the fact that I look younger than y'all.
He
fools.
jumped out. He's like, I got pubes, and his wife was like,
Who do y'all think the governor is? I have zero idea.
No,
the governor?
No.
The governor he says, what? I'm gonna make a Golden Girls version of 4 nerds. Yeah, do it.
That'd be funny.
Yeah. No, the governor on because they still haven't showed the governor on
the mayor.
I thought he was in the trailer.
It's the mayor, right?
Mayor,
talking,
governor.
about
Mayor,
The Walking Dead. Yes.
No,
idiots.
What are we talking about?
I don't know.
The guy that Boba Fett was like going to talk to.
The Governor.
That's probably where I tuned out. Went to TikTok for a second.
Well, the mayor,
Went to TikTok for a second.
The guy with the two penises.
What did he say?
Yeah. He sent his own
he was like
fucking...
apologies or something. I was like, shut the fuck up.
He does not.
That guy didn't look.
He wasn't even. I'm sorry, but he was the most out of place out of all of them. Like,
oh yeah,
like
and
dude, nobody talks like that, bitch. Boba should have gotten him, just bitch slapped him right there, and just knocked the damn headdress right off.
And his makeup
nobody
didn't even
talks
look
like
good.
that anymore.
Put a little
If
powder.
he had been in, like the prequels, sure, they're a little bit, it's a little bit different time, but not in this era, not post Return of the Jedi. Come on now, like.
And his makeup didn't even look good. Like he
Yeah,
looked like a guy with straight up purple face paint with like a head attachment. It didn't even look like an alien like other ones did, where they would put like a prosthetic on their foreheads where it like kind of blends in.
They didn't.
This one was just like, no, I know you did. You only had like 3 hours on set.
Like gratitude.
They're like, listen,
Like,
it's only
get
a
the
28
fuck out of
minute
here.
episode. Don't worry about it.
Gratitude. Oh man. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
Boba.
So anyway, let's jump to this is a hot topic. The Matrix Resurrections.
Oh, good.
Oh, golly.
Excuse me while I use the restroom.
Oh, okay. Relax.
Fight.
Oh, Laura. Anybody ever see Grandma's Boys? No.
Grandma was fired.
Yeah, where he's in the bathroom whacking it to Laura.
Yeah.
Oh, Laura.
The mom comes in and he's like, oh,
you cummed all over my mom. It's a funny ass movie.
Oh, dude,
good crammy.
Get off of here. It's hilarious. Anyway, the Matrix Resurrections. Dawson, what do you think about the Matrix Resurrections, man?
I'm still recovering.
From Matrix? Oh shit.
No,
my comments.
No, so I thought Matrix Resurrections was a mixed bag.
Matrix Corrections? Is that what?
Resurrections.
Matrix Corrections.
Matrix Resurrections. I thought was a mixed bag.
Oh,
that's dope.
Yeah.
But I thought the action scenes were pretty subpar. I mean, Neo was just, whittled down to using the Force. Then I tell you what, the freaking French guy, the Machiavellian guy from the sequels.
The Merovingian?
Merovingian.
Yeah. Or whatever the frick he's called. I don't even care.
This is the second show I corrected you.
Machiavellian CW scene. It was like
whatever the hell he is. That's how much I don't care about this character.
Mr. Frencher.
But he's just like, oh, suck les bleus, you ruined my life. Now I'm in exile. And it's just like going back to like 4 different times. It's like, I don't freaking care who you are. Like he said, had way too many lines. He was there for no reason. I thought the Agent Smith replacement was decent. I thought Neil Patrick Harris was okay. He had some pretty interesting dialogue and some intelligent conversation. I thought that they missed the mark in several areas as far as like just having more of a cohesive story. I did like the idea at the beginning of them trying to make his whole story mundane, like a video game, try to make his impact lessened because of that. I thought that was intelligent. I thought that was cool story writing. But overall, I think it was just kind of underwhelming. I watched it on HBO Max, and at the end of it, I was just like, okay, they might make more of these, and it might be warranted, but all right. Whereas after I watched the first Matrix movie, I'm just like, dude, holy crap. Yeah, it's a very drastic difference, but overall, not bad. I'd maybe watch it 1, maybe 2 more times within the span of 5 years.
I've seen it several times. You already know. I loved it. Yes, the Merovingian, what he could have been in there and just said like 3 things and then bounced, and I'd have been cool with that. That scene, while obviously, and I said it the other night, it's hard when it comes to the Matrix. The first 3 movies were so fucking groundbreaking. They just and it's hard to try to replicate that. And there's no way they could have. So I went into this with the expectation that there's no way that they put anything on the screen that's going to hit me the way it did when I saw those other movies. So I was able to take that shit a little bit, better as far as that, because there's no way. The first Matrix is an absolute classic banger. Yeah. And there's you can't do that again. So the fact that they even tried it, like I was saying, the director, I don't think she wanted to make it, and I think Warner Brothers was like, well, if you don't make it, we're going to make it anyway. So
the script showed that. Yes, the script.
Yeah, and so she was just like, okay, at least one of us has to be on this, and it is what it is. As far as I thought the action was good. Like I said, man, my expectations were like I was more excited for this than Spider-Man, but also going into it, I wasn't sitting here thinking about they're gonna fucking make the wheel again. They're not.
Yeah,
they already did that shit. There's no way, especially since those movies have come out the way that CGI has progressed over the years. Look, just think about how good Darkseid looked in Zack Snyder's Justice League. So there's nothing they could have did in this movie, and I went in with that expectation that like, yo, it's what they're doing. They're putting this shit out there. There's no way that they can do better anything that they did in the first trilogy. Like there's just no way. There's just no way. Even story wise, and the story was for me was interesting. I like the way they started it off with video game concepts and things of that nature. So yeah, I liked it. It didn't bother me by any means. Yaya as Morpheus was fired. Was he absolutely needed for the story? Maybe not, but I understand why he was put in there.
Yeah.
And I also I did like the concept of them saying that Neo wasn't the only one. It was a combination of him and Trinity, and that's what made that work. And that shit just worked for me, man. So
yeah.
Cool. So Joey, what'd you think, man?
I actually got to see it in theaters, which I think might have helped the experience a little. Because I was going to watch it on HBO, then I was like, no, I want to, see it in like the full, like get the full experience of it. First off, I wasn't really bothered by Machiavelli or whatever Dawson called him. I can't remember what the French guy's name.
The Merovingian.
That's how little I cared about his character. I was just
he was in it for like 2 minutes. I was like, I don't care, whatever. Like
it cut back to him so often, and he did nothing.
Yeah, but like
4 times he cut back to my count. And I was like, why is he still talking?
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was well done. Obviously, it's like Anthony just said, it's going to be hard to match the intensity or quality of the original trilogy. But I thought this was an interesting new take, and I liked the first 20 minutes or so when they were showing why he is in this new world and how they explained that all. And I love the Warner Brothers call out they did.
Yo,
I was like, wow, I was very shocked that line even like got in there.
It's kind of like Land of the Lost with Will Ferrell at the end when he has the book saying Matt Lauer can suck. He's like, yeah, I'm surprised your agent signed off on that. I was like, are you sure? And he's like, go for it. It's pretty much what this was. How did they make it past them?
Yeah.
Walter was like, I'm over DC.
What? Yeah.
I'm making DC.
Crickets.
And yeah, I like the line where the new Agent Smith said, they're gonna make this with or without us, and I thought that was very meta and telling of probably Londa's mindset of just like, look, do I want to do this? No, but I also don't want to see it get taken into possibly the wrong hands. And it kind of brought me back, and not to the same scale, but the whole reason why Zack made Watchmen, because he was like, well, rather than see this get, made in the quote unquote wrong way, I'd rather do this right.
Joss Whedon was in talks to do Watchmen.
But I also I haven't read too many interviews with her or anything, but I feel like she has this mindset of like, look, if you like this movie, great, awesome. But if you don't, I could give 2 shits. And I'm not calling anybody out on here who doesn't like the movie. I'm just saying that's probably her mindset of just like, I don't really care if you like it or not.
I feel called out.
No.
No, well, the also her red carpet thing, that shit was mad. Like, yo,
the IGN one.
I don't care about anything right now.
I don't think
She was looking at her watch. She was.
Was that the IGN one?
Yeah, with the 2 guys that were.
Yes, that was
like,
awkward. Because like people kept walking by, and she like went to like she just said hi to them and stuff. And I was like, she doesn't care. She does not want to be here at all.
At all.
But no, overall, I really enjoyed it. I I've said this before, but I didn't really have, the 20 years of waiting and having those expectations built up. So I maybe that helped me enjoy it more, that I didn't have those. But yeah, I liked what they did. I liked Yaya's Morpheus. I thought that was interesting. Have you guys watched Sense8 on Netflix?
Yeah.
It's a Wachowski show. And it's pretty much like Heroes, but like more adult themed. What's going on? But a few of the actors from that were in this, like a couple of the people on the new team and everything, which I enjoyed the new team. I thought they were cool. I know Ryan, you didn't like you call them the Pokemon or whatever.
Pokemon came and I was like, okay, where's Ash?
I thought they were fine. They were just in it for a couple scenes. I was like, they're cool. Like I don't think they were trying to do a Jar Jar Binks thing. So I was just like, yeah. So yeah, I'd probably give it like a solid 7, maybe 7.5.
Nice. Out of 7 out of 7. Nice. He's like, no, I said 7.5. I was like, oh shit, you went over.
All right, Ryan. What's we already know.
I'll let this joke go. You first. All right, man. Okay. So here we go. All right, man. So I'm a huge fan of The Matrix, right? I mean, I was down for like all 3 movies back in the day, and I was just eating it up, eating up my Matrix, eating up my prequel trilogy and Lord of the Rings, and I was like, yo, this is what cinema's about. And then Wachowski comes back and says, yo, I'm just gonna Michael Bay this bitch because that's what we do. Because Michael Bay didn't want to let go of Transformers, because it was he was like, yo, I don't want anybody to, mess with what I created. So, it was the same with the Wachowskis, except for, the other one didn't want to come back. Hey, they're doing their own thing, whatever. But this one, the movie started off and it was intriguing. It was interesting. I was like, yo, I'm down with this. And by the time that they brought in, Yaya Morpheus, and he finally accepted the red pill, it was like, oh, okay. So from then on, it fell apart for me as far as story. I thought the story was so much more compelling to like, I wish that they would have, and you said yourself, I don't agree with you, Anthony, but I mean, but you said that they can't be revolutionary or whatever with effects and things like that. They could have been very creative though. And I think that that's what they lacked with all of the stunts and the camera work and the 3D and all that. I think they just gave us a rehash of what we've already seen and what we've already experienced from the old movies. Because after he got the red pill, it was like I was watching the first, second, and third one all together at the end. And it was sort of the same formula at that. And I was like, oh man, they had me. I wish that they would have made it a psychological. If they didn't want to like retread, they should have made it just psychological. Like Neo is when he was with Doogie Howser, I was like, yo, this is great. He was like, it was like, is he in this? Is this real? What's real? What's not real? Whatever, and if they had kept doing that and kept messing with Neo throughout the whole movie until possibly the end, where he's like, I finally figured out what's real. I'm going after what's real. And then that way it opens up to, the Trinity stuff and also, whatever, because I mean, it just in the grand scheme of things, like I said before, Yaya this is his best performance so far that I've seen. He's becoming a better actor. But was his part needed? No, it wasn't needed, but it was cool. It was cool to have a Morpheus, even though it wasn't really Morpheus. It was Neo's remembrance of who Morpheus was in a video game, and that was saved and locked up or whatever. So it wasn't Morpheus. It wasn't his consciousness. It was just some AI sentient thing or whatever that they want to come up with or whatnot. And that was fine. Jada Pinkett, dude, miss me with that, bro. I'm sorry, dude. She did not add anything to the story at all. Zion Part 2 was not needed because we've already seen Zion, and it was the same shit, just now it has droids and Pokemon. And I was like, okay, not needed. whatever. It wasn't interesting. The new crew, I didn't care about them. They gave me no reason to care. Like,
okay, wait. We talk about the crew, okay. So in the very first Matrix, when you met that crew, what made you care about them?
What made me care about them was, okay, so you had them sort of going
the same thing that they did in this one, right? The same thing.
They did the same fucking thing, except like
why didn't you care about
Mouse was a little bit more than like they were just fanboys, right? And they even told him, it was like, yo, I'm a big fanboy, whatever. And I was like, dude, the other crew, they had moments, where they were talking about the struggles that they were going through. This other team didn't really have a struggle.
They had more character development in the first.
They had more character development because this one relied more on the setup of why Neo and Trinity were in the position they were, rather than just waking Neo up out of this alternate reality and moving on with that. So they had a little bit more time to breathe. This one, if you wanted that, it should have been a longer movie to give you more character development and make me want to care about these new characters. Same thing with Neo.
He's angry.
I was like, huh?
What? I said he's angry. He's angry.
Oh no! I'm excited. I'm excited. But I mean, I just it was the same. It was retreading the same thing. Miss me with the new the new Agent Smith. That wasn't Agent Smith, dude. He should have just been a different agent. He should have been an agent
Mahoney
for this Matrix. It was. I mean, I'm sorry. You try to make him.
When they recast Mahoney.
Yeah, they recast Hugo Weaving. You bring in this other character and say, hey, yo, you've got to fill these shoes, but yet he missed the mark. Because I'm sorry, but Hugo Weaving is way better.
No,
way better.
Miss the mark. You know what the problem was? His acting, the way he was acting in a few of the scenes didn't match tonally with the movie.
It didn't match, right? Here's the problem with the movie. Missed the mark. Plus, he was calling him Tom even after he had that self-realization of who he is. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. When you finally wake up out of whatever coma you're in and you remember your personality takes over. And again, his performance should have been on par with Yahya, and it wasn't.
Well, because Yahya was joking. He was joking half the movie.
But, yeah, that's pretty true. Regardless, dude, even the fight choreography of them being in the same chamber, I'm fine with them doing, kung fu in that little, that little world or whatever. That was dope. But I mean, again, dude, I thought that was more entertaining and gave me a little bit more. It grounded me a little bit with his character a little bit more. With the other one with Agent Smith, it wasn't really Agent Smith. They shouldn't have gone and said, you know what, we're going to tell the exact same story because here's Agent Smith again. So it's almost got to kind of like dominoes. It's got to go back in the same formula, and it didn't work. It fell apart for me.
Did it go back to formula?
Back to formula. Spider-Man. But yeah, okay. So that's my in a nutshell. I think that Matrix. What? What about Trinity? Oh, fucking Trinity. Oh, sorry. Okay, so Trinity.
What'd you do, Matt? Why?
I'm sorry, but okay. So the biggest problem that I had was when there was like 50 million people in that one little cafe, and also like before that, when she was still plugged into the Matrix. And Neo was no longer plugged into the Matrix. She didn't see the old man. She saw Neo, and she was like, "Oh, yo, I remember you, Keanu Reeves." And that was kind of a weird disconnect. Yes, also Doogie Howser was a great villain at first, but then he got bitch slapped by the non Agent Smith, and he lost all power, all sense of like, damn, this guy's a formidable foe. And he's not. And then the other one, the Agent Smith, wasn't even a formidable foe either. It was like, okay, now there's really there's no contest. There's no stakes. I'm sorry, it fell apart. Like I said, with Trinity in that house with like, all these agents or whoever, and that was dumb. And then the family kind of comes in on cue and tries to pull her out, and the dog's dead or something's wrong with the dog. Come see Fluffy, and that was just and that was just so dumb. And then the fucking people that turned into bombs, that reminded me of Agent Smith turning in, changing all the people. It's like, what happened to all those people that died? All the people that died, they're batteries. The robots or the androids or whoever the fuck they are, the Matrix whatever, the machines, they need the batteries, and they're killing off all their batteries, and they're all falling like all over the place, and like Neo's like right here, but they're falling over here and they're falling over here, but Neo's right here. They're not even aiming for the motherfucker.
The new architect.
Well, he had to block a lot of them. That's
imagine getting
and then I agree with Dawson.
About a movie that you don't like.
I agree with Dawson.
All he did
you
don't like.
was he used the force
I
push.
tweeted that out earlier. Imagine getting that worked up about a movie that you do not like.
So
Relax.
this is Ryan's top movie of the year.
No. I'm serious. Just okay. Relax. All
10
right?
minutes.
I want to give Anthony the best I can.
No, I'm just saying. Like, if you don't like the movie, then like I wouldn't get that worked up about it. I'm just like, yo, I just like.
I'm just a huge Matrix fan, and I see potential. And see, the thing is that I'm not like, Anthony Strader or anything like that. I'm not just, that's trash. I don't just say something's trash. I try to give points and reasons why I think it is and what I would have done to make it better.
Bloated points and reasons.
So I mean, that's what I try to do. I'm not just all like, negative. I would have loved for it to be better.
Negative.
But for me, it just wasn't negative. It wasn't.
It was negative. It wasn't positive.
It was completely positive. So you're looking at it as a glass half full. Okay, what you need to know, Neil, is that there is no spoon.
Spoon. I have a spoon.
Why a spoon?
So you didn't like it. Got
so
it.
Yeah, all in all, you weren't a fan.
Matt, you got.
I wouldn't buy it.
There you go.
That's all you had to say.
That's the kind of discussion we're having.
No,
sorry.
I'm joking.
Okay, then that's what I'll give.
Like you give your point. You got really worked up there. You were just like, and
freaking Trinity. Bob's here. Neo's here. Bob's here.
I mean, you guys don't know what I'm
knocking over my lamps and everything.
We have the Muppets.
We got it.
If I were Matt, I would have like backed up.
Yeah,
Matt's like
Matt, what you got, Matt?
I wasn't too big of a fan of it. Okay, you're done.
You can say why you weren't, but
I thought the startup of it was interesting. Okay, these were games, like this is the direction we're going. I thought it was a good start. I didn't like the guy that was playing Smith. I just didn't like the mannerisms. I didn't like how he was just chilling up against the wall. His line deliveries. It just didn't seem like the Smith that I remember. I don't know. Just Smith I remember was more robotic and more like monotone. He didn't really speak like how he was. I don't know. His mannerisms.
He didn't have the same cadence.
There you go, same cadence. Yeah. And the whole Trinity having powers now, I'm just like, well, Smith is fucked. Like, what's he gonna do? There's two of them.
That was awesome.
Now that all two of them.
Well, yeah. Now you need
the Dragon Ball Z fuse.
Oh, snap! That's the sequel. That's the sequel. There you go.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work.
Yeah.
So, other than that, I thought it was just a cool idea. I think the whole bombings of the characters, I think it's just because Neo and Trinity gave off enough energy. I don't think there's the other people don't really matter that much.
It bombed for me.
Well, other than that, that's my take. I mean, that's what stood out to me the most. The Merovingian, I guess they're just saving it for the sequel because they think that there's going to be a sequel, but
he's going to have more cake.
Well, yeah, we clearly saw the setup from that post-credit scene for a sequel.
Oh,
which I think we can all agree. I think we can all agree.
Garbage right there.
Awful.
Hey now.
Pathetic excuse for a post.
I didn't raise my hand.
And here's why I think it's awful.
You got this over here. You got this guy talking about the main.
We don't know if you're
background. What the hell?
Neil, you go ahead and give your take because I
didn't architect and see all these cameras. It's like,
oh boy.
Fuck you, man. Screw you. Yeah. Like all the different Neos, like how he reacts to the KFC guy.
On the TV.
Yeah.
Monitors.
Like, whatever. Yeah.
The opposite.
See, I'm Neo.
The movie was a 2.5 hours of too many concepts.
Did you like it or not?
Shut your ass up. 2.5
Put your hands down.
And nobody mentioned the one thing I wanted to fucking see, where I wish they explored more, was the robot wars. That was more intriguing and and how the sentients and the humans and all that started to coincide together and where the war started. If anything, that was your next movie.
That's a
See,
story for another time.
That would have been your next movie for me. Looking at this movie, I give it, it enjoyable. Yeah. I mean, it was very. I found it simple. I found it simple for a Matrix movie.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't. Everybody keeps talking about groundbreaking. I didn't find any groundbreaking ideas. I found it pretty easy to see what was going on. The video game thing was okay. I think the concepts would have been better if you started off where they left off. If you really wanted to continue this story, why not do that? Why did we jump 60 years? If you were going to jump 60 years, you had to stay longer in the mind manipulation. You couldn't just jump to the next sequence. And that's why I say, like, you looked at the movie and it was like, oh, okay, if they gave that legs, that would have been cool. Ooh, I like that. Ah, fuck. Okay, we're just going to go like boom, 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 and boom. The Merovingian thing reminded me of a Michael Bay villain. And it kind of had like that funny screaming moments where he was talking a lot. Yeah, the fight sequences, you didn't have to groundbreak with action. You could have just stuck to the action you had. For me, I guess they didn't use shaky cam at all or something, because none of the fighting seemed like very, like, whoa, you could feel like that Matrix style punch, or you didn't see any manipulation of the world around them, really.
Yeah.
What was going on. So it was kind of vanilla when it came to that. It seemed like a rush movie. We got to get it out there. We'll put, it's got the actors in it. We're still using certain characters, and here you go. So for me, it was an average movie at best. I thought the trailers did a good job of duping you, keeping you thinking it was more toward the original style. And then when you got to watch it, that's why I say, like, the guy that was supposed to replace the Smith character, he didn't fit tonally with what they were trying to do. So he felt more of like a throw-in, his character. You talk about the Morpheus character. Yeah, he kind of felt like a throw-in because, you remember Morpheus being more serious tonally and more of like a, like a godly type. And they even kind of made fun of that. He's like, yeah, the first version of Morpheus was like that, but I'm this, that, the other. I don't know. There was just certain things where I was like, yeah, you weren't giving anything enough leg to grow. And that's where Zever says he had a problem with, like, I guess some of the characters, because you didn't give a shit what was going to happen to him, because you kind of also knew nothing was going to happen. You kind of saw the storyline of Trinity and Neo being the one with the fusion. I said Dragon Ball Z for anybody that knows that. When you fuse together, you form an ultimate being. Right. I'm like, okay. But you kind of remember those concepts from the other three movies, with her always trying to think maybe she has powers that she doesn't know of. They didn't dive into I thought it was awesome. Like, didn't you guys think it was awesome when they were watching the resurrection of Neo, when you saw like the robots rebuilding them and shit? Yeah, that was pretty cool. But that was totally different than what was given to you throughout the movie too. You're like, damn, that's kind of serious. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you're going to like that colorful looking Matrix world that was given. I don't know. Maybe the movie visually wasn't shot correctly. Maybe if the fight sequences were a little more epic, it would have drew in more of the old school Matrix fans that maybe had a problem with it. Like I said, I wasn't overly excited for the movie. I was excited when they were going to do it, but I wasn't like biting on my teeth like, say, Ghostbusters Afterlife. I was a big fan of that. Or Spider-Man, because I was excited to see that. I watched this on HBO Max. I didn't take my attention away from it, but I was more of like kind of scratching my head toward it. So for me, it was like a middle of the pack kind of movie, like it's forgettable. Did I hate it? No. Did I love it? No. It was just kind of like right there. It just kind of exists for the fourth installment of a trilogy.
Yes. I wish I'd taken the blue pill.
So that's I don't know if there's more. I don't know if it's obviously didn't make box office, but it wasn't gonna make. The only people like myself, the only people who went and saw this in theaters is like the people who did go see it. They were fucking hardcore Matrix fans. There were, especially when it was going to be available on HBO Max at the same time, nobody was just going to be like the general movie going audience wasn't going to be like, yo, I'm gonna go see this in theaters. No, I'm gonna watch that shit at home. And so I didn't expect there to be any kind of fire box office for this movie whatsoever. Even if it was like universally loved, which it wasn't. But if it was, I still don't think it would have made like big time stacks at the box.
Oh, it's not making Spider-Man money.
No. Oh no. $1 billion in 8 days. Yo, get the fuck out of here. That shit's ridiculous. Obviously from a studio who actually cares about the people who watch their movies and buy tickets and shit. So that's what you get is a fire Spider-Man film.
I have to say that I'm surprised that this studio released Dune.
Yeah.
Same studio. I'm surprised.
There's
literally let him do whatever you wanted, basically.
And look how it worked.
I was just thinking, what movies that they released that were also HBO Max, the dual release thing, which of those movies actually did well?
Dune did.
I know, like Dune is the only one, like Mortal Kombat. I thought I was like, Godzilla versus Kong. I haven't rewatched. I watched that once and I was like, okay, I'm done.
I haven't rewatched it. Yeah, I was like, whoa. He got to the center of the planet and it was like this big excruciting way of doing it, and he was, it was all trippy and all that. And then he was like,
Spider-Man is fire,
I just follow that tunnel and I'm out.
Yeah, we're talking about box office, and obviously, so Spider-Man's going to.
Neil, you're on to something. Yeah.
Oh, he's asking me what their fusion name would be.
Oh,
Trinio.
Hey, that's a good one. No, yeah. No, that's it's Dune. I think is probably the best one. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, man. What was?
And obviously, we would say Zack Snyder's Justice League, but that didn't get.
And
Snyder cut.
Proper theatrical release.
Yeah. We saw
Snyder cut.
And talking about Zack Snyder's Justice League, man. What was? Let me get y'all's moments of the year. You can have more than one, and it doesn't matter to me. Of 2021, I'll start with you, Joey. Like, what's like some of those moments that just hit you? And you were just like, yo, I'll never forget that shit.
Well, I think obviously the two big ones that come to mind were the BVS Comes Home event in Detroit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then Zack Snyder's Justice League in Detroit.
Holy
those
crap,
were both.
That was this year. The BVS event was this year.
I know. I had that same. Yeah. But just getting to meet everybody and like see that movie again in theaters. That those weekends were just like
fire.
At the very top of this year. It was just a great time. And then of course the release of Zack Snyder's Justice League. That entire week was just insane.
Yeah.
Like everybody, it was almost just very
from nobody getting codes. That you remember that shit?
Oh my, yeah, I do.
Late codes, dude.
Yeah.
That shit was fucked up.
Just I feel like everybody was for the most part in unison of just like, okay, we're gonna enjoy this time. Like this movie is incredible.
Then it fell apart after that.
Yeah, we had that weekend, and then it was like, okay, now it's going to shit. But yeah, I mean, I think those are my biggest ones. Obviously, this year starting to be able to get back out there and start being able to go to more stuff. Sporting events, whatever they are. I went to a wrestling show back in like July. John Cena was there. I saw Peacemaker in person.
Do these to him?
Yeah, no, because I like John Cena. That's my biggest thing is like I like John Cena, but man, I could not give two shits about Peacemaker.
Same.
I hope that the whole Peacemaker series, he's just in his white undies.
Oh yeah,
you can't pay me enough money to set aside time in my busy day to watch that show.
Yeah.
Just
and I guess I'll just leave off with being able to do streams like this with great people, and I mean it was almost a year ago. It was back in February when Anthony reached out to me and asked me to be on World's Finest.
Yeah,
and then like a week later, I was a regular part of it, and I did not expect that at the beginning of the year, and it really meant a lot to me, and I think I needed a community like this, and those guys as friends, and just it was awesome. Not gonna cry on this show. Let's get drunk.
Neil, man, give me some of your moments, man.
All right. Some moments over the year. Well, here we go. I'll go meeting Kelsey, of course, because without Kelsey, none of this would have existed. So
you just be regular, Neil.
Kelsey, let's get a shot.
No, he'll just be the Neil.
The Neil.
The Neil. Yeah, no, and actually, what is funny about this question too is I started my channel January 6th last year.
Oh, nice.
So we'll be streaming about that this week. But my channel that's been awesome because without I wouldn't be talking to you guys.
Yeah,
and all the other crazy shit that I do on my channel too. The insanity of my place, because this only like the pops, the toys, and all this shit that you see on the channel has all been over this past year. The arcades, all of it.
Wow. So how much money did you spend in 2021?
Oh, you have no idea, sir.
Not enough.
Not enough.
He's like, I don't even want to tally that.
No. Let's get a shot. Let's go. They want to know some of the great moments of this year. I said one was you. Aww.
Okay, we get it.
He's like, you know, what was what was it? You know, what was my happy thought? It was you.
My happy thoughts. And of course, I mean, she was here for it. The week of Zack Snyder's Justice League, I had it was like party week.
Yeah.
Watch party each day. We had beer pong the day of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Or no, that was BVS. That was a BVS all day party. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the fact that this woman puts up with me is beyond.
It's insane.
She's like, yeah, you're right.
Beyond.
Like no argument.
Yeah. So just being able to finally express all my nerd stuff and actually being able to converse with others that can talk about everything. Because that's hard to me too, because I like a lot of different stuff. So to be able to go back and forth with everybody, that's been like the highlights of my year. So yeah, cool stuff.
Nice. Dawson, man, you got some moments?
Yeah, I mean, some of them coincide with what's already been said already. I mean, obviously Zack Snyder's Justice League coming out, the culmination of like 4 years of fans wanting something that they were told didn't exist. BVS Comes Home was the first time I was ever able to see my favorite movie of all time in a theater of any kind, which is awesome. It was really cool to see that with both Anthony, Joey, also with Enosh and his family, and Meg, of course, was there too. And
you were wearing that full face mask. You had like that full ski mask or whatever on.
Oh, the negator thing.
Well,
yeah.
He's a serial killer.
What?
That was before that mask got ruined. Another story for another time.
Wow. I left it alone, but Joey made the
It's a lot more lame than you think. I had a nosebleed at work and it ruined it.
Oh, yikes.
Anyway. Also, seeing the Superman Museum in Metropolis, Illinois with Enosh was really cool.
Nice.
Seeing all the cool Superman memorabilia and all the cool props they had. And, of course, just having this year, meeting new people, as you guys have pointed out. I mean, continuing on with Four Nerds and all the different things that have happened with the channel, transitioning from being nerdy in many ways to the Four Nerds Network and all the different people that have become a part of that is really, really cool. And, just looking forward to seeing where this year goes. Maybe see if that stuff continues to happen or, it's been a good year.
Same, man. Same. Ryan, Matt, you got some moments?
Nothing good happened this year.
We know you guys. Matrix 4 was your top movie of the year.
Yes, I like the movie.
Move on.
The excitement in that.
Movie wise, I liked Zack Snyder's Justice League, No Way Home. I thought that was really cool.
Oh yeah.
And then moment wise, I think it's funny whenever Anthony and Nicotina came down.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was cool. When Anthony gets drunk, he turns into the Terminator.
See,
He's like, I have a bunch of questions.
And then did you answer them immediately?
Oh,
man.
That was cool.
You got some?
Yeah. No. I enjoyed the year, and it was good.
Now he's short-winded.
Yeah.
I don't want to expound upon anything for fear. Okay. No, I mean, Anthony and Andre, being here for the time we had them, that was pretty dope. Had a lot of fun. Got to do it again because that was great. It was super fun just to hang out. And we streamed, but
we even did Six Flags.
Six Flags, all that. Outside, just basically hanging out. Doing whatever, watching Andre Brick You know,
you get 2 out of 15 shots.
2 out of 15 shots. You know, and he was talking hella mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, you know, it's that was great. I mean, you know, seeing Zack Snyder's Justice League, you know, release, that was great. That was awesome to experience that with everybody, and yeah, I mean, you know, just overall it was a great year. I mean, movie wise, Ghostbusters Afterlife, you know, that was dope.
Mm-hmm.
You know, No Way Home, that was dope.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those were the highlights for me as far as like, you know, entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, being on streams, yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
You know, there's with all highs, there's all lows as well, and the lows just weren't as impactful as the highs for me. So that's I consider it a good year.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. Hey, same thing you guys said. Obviously, you know, the release of Zack Snyder's Justice League is high up there. Like that's not only like a year highlight for me, that's like a life highlight, considering that like, we literally fought for that shit for years, and we got it, and it was absolutely fire. And that's about all I can say for that. As far as like entertainment goes, yeah, we live in a time where we got to see Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, and fucking Tom Holland on the screen at the same time in a Spider-Man film. That shit was fire. Yeah, and there's a lot of other things, man. Obviously, the people I've met through this thing, it's incredible that I've met a lot of people through just the Snyder Cut movement in general, and then like the fact that I've met some of you guys in person is just, you know, I look forward to it. I can't wait till the next time something is planned. Getting to see BVS on the screen, like I saw it on the big screen originally when like original theatrical release, but that's the first time I saw the Ultimate Edition, and it was incredible. And I got to do it with some fire friends, and then obviously going back to Michigan to watch Zack Snyder's Justice League on the big screen with Megan Joy was incredible, and getting to see, you know, some of the other people in the movement and some of the other people who I have streamed with before, and this thing, man, this thing we're doing right now, like I can't put into words how much I love streaming. You know, don't care how many people's watch it. Don't even give a fuck. Like I'm on here with friends. We're talking about shit that we love to talk about, and it's incredible. I'll be thankful for this forever, and this is also why I got to go meet up. Coming to visit Ryan, dude, that shit was fun. We laughed. We
cried.
Saw Army of the Dead in theaters, and then
and
then we farted in the bathroom after we watched.
We smelled each other's farts.
Same thing when I went up there to visit Megan.
The more I hear about this trip, the more glad I wasn't able to be a part of it.
Yo, this was hilarious.
What's funnier is he wasn't invited.
You begged me. You begged me to go there.
It's always good times, man. I can't wait till the next time I'm able to like actually hang out in person with some of you. It's fun. Neil, I hope one day I get to like literally like we get to hang out and fucking have some shots, drink.
Oh,
I don't turn into the Terminator. Don't listen to them now.
No, you liar, dude. Don't listen. He's like it's just you can hear the motors in the neck. He was like
cybernetic.
I was gonna say flash forward. He's just like, why aren't there any holes in this drywall?
Q, yes,
two shots of Patron.
Yeah, we met Q.
We met Q at the movie theater watching.
He's like, I will take 2 shots of Patron and make it quick.
Oh man, that's
and then he downed a whole gallon of gasoline. I was like, what the fuck?
now
WD-40.
He's like, yes, that was fire.
What was that? Super Troopers.
That burned on the way down.
Maple syrup.
But yeah, so that's pretty much, man. Best one was, you know, from last year. It was fun, and I can't wait. I hope I can make this year, you know, just as good, because it was an absolute blast. Matt drove us around while we were down there.
Yeah, he was our designated.
I was gonna say, was he your chauffeur?
No. We didn't tip him though. We were like, we're gonna give you a low score.
All right, y'all. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Like I said, usually on Fridays, tonight to Saturday, though, just because, you know, Georgia game was last night, so there's no way I was going there. But yeah, appreciate you guys coming on. I'll be back next week, next Friday, I guess. You'll see me on 4 Nerds at some point, World's Finest, and maybe on Nicotina's show on Monday. I mean, who, you know, that's the last on the priorities list. So
if you're not going to be there, I'm not going to be there.
If you guys aren't going to be there, I'm not going to watch. So.
Come to Australia, visit. Buy my plane ticket.
We're stronger if we band together, guys.
This was a good, a lot of great prime time. Yeah. Oh yeah, the games. Yeah. But anyway, thank you guys for coming on. See you guys next week, and yeah, peace.